Respect is everything, Güero. You ready to die for it? Blood in, blood out.
Uno, dos, tres.
Shit, thanks for 100 subs and for waiting so patiently for part 2. Now let's get into it. Baco ends up conflicted about double tapping Miclo.
Back, Paco! You owe me this one, vato loco! Break yourself! No!
So he goes to visit his old carnales, but word goes around the neighborhood, around the old Barrio, on how he shot his carnala. So when he visits Cruz and Chuy, aka Young Tulco, things get a bit heated. Especially about Baco shooting Miclo and Cruz's abandonment by his family after he leaves all the needles everywhere for his young bro to OD on. And I mean, yeah, it still kinda is his fault for that.
Hey, puto! What the fuck? You gonna kick my ass? Okay, then let's get down!
Also, these paintings go pretty hard and sad, especially if you know the backstory, not gonna lie.
Are you sure about that?
Baco does some police work, and then that one thing happens in films where they find that one specific piece that connects and ties everything together for the plot. So Baco then goes to meet up Miclo in the hospital, but things again get heated about how each other is on the wrong side.
Telling me you're working hard, going straight. The next thing I know, you're pointing a 357 at me, and there's 2 guys dead on the ground. Would have given you anything, Miclo. Can't just take away what I am.
Get out, puto! You're not my blood! I'm cutting you off like they did my leg. Oh my god.
And this ends with one of the most dramatic novella-like head turns ever. For reals.
You don't exist for me anymore.
Fast forward a bit and Miclo's back in the shack and sees that his gang La Onda is losing power because they don't want to be too much into the drug game. And there's a conflict in between La Onda members.
Market is there. Cocaine is America's cup of coffee.
Órale que no.
Simon. We don't start wars to become dope pushers. You even addicted some of our own soldados to coca.
So the gang basically splits off, with the OG La Onda members becoming even weaker.
We can't let him go. Can't let him split up Onda. Carlos!
And Miclo basically gets punked around by the other white gangs for this.
You hear that, Lightning? The cripple here wants to collect your gambling debts.
Fight back!
You ever heard that old saying? Put your foot in your mouth.
Look around, you half-breed. Onda's finished. Carlos works for us now, and every day. And the colors are here to serve us. From now on, you'll be my personal errand boy.
That's racist!
After that, some of the drug dealing La Onda members get got. And everyone's mad at Santana for still trying to keep the peace. And oh, by the way, Miclo and Magic plot against Santana to preserve La Onda. And this was all planned out butt naked in the showers with soap running down the crack. So, yeah, do what you will with that information.
Y'all ain't never been in the shower with a man, you see the suds roll down the crack of his ass and you...
Montana tries to keep the peace with La Onda and puts the hit on Smokey, the outside drug dealing member of La Onda, for stirring up beef with the black gangs.
Fuck you monkeys of coconut from Princeton!
That's racist!
However, Popeye's snitch ass fumbles the hit.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
And Smokey runs away and calls Baco to make a deal to rat out everyone else in order to save himself. However, the hit is successful in the end, and one thing that I must point out is that even in death, Smokey's titties are droopy as hell.
Give me some chon-chon!
La Onda talks things over with the black gang and they basically come to a truce in order to team up against the white gang. And Montana has to go to another prison in order to ease tensions with some other La Onda factions. But he gets to see his daughter that he hasn't seen for like 14 years. However, the black gang puts a hit on Montana, but flip that, someone puts a hit on Montana, but they just make it seem like the black gang did it.
Who wanted to hit?
So Launda riots for Montana's death and then agrees to hear out the BGA.
That's right. That's why it don't make no sense. I take out Montana with my own man. It's suicide. Sitting in the front row seat, just waiting on us to take each other out.
So what do you propose?
I say we have those motherfuckers together.
So for the next 6 months, we'll practice a good neighbor policy.
They both conclude that it was the white gang that killed Montana to put black and Mexican gangs against each other, so they agree to a truce again and join forces against the white gang in 6 months. On the outside, Cruz is visiting his dead little bro and is met with the rest of the family that abandoned him, but they basically forgive him now. So, El Dia de los Muertes arises in prison, and Launda and the BGA take out the white gangs in a montage of muerte. But after that, it turns out that Launda backstabs the BGA, literally, and takes all the prison power for themselves. And Paco gets mad that Miclo basically got the best of him.
Grew up with me. You slept in my room. You wore my fucking clothes. Made me discover myself.
Pause. Alright, go ahead.
Still hung up on my fluorescent skin, vato?
Hold up, pause again. Alright, just go.
He wasn't my real father. Montana was.
Miclo basically gets lost in the cholo sauce and is delusional with power, basically thinking he can take on the world.
What are you asking me? To be a member of your gang? Are you out of your fucking mind?
So it turns out that Launda is too dangerous to be kept together, so they're separating them and sending all the members to different prisons, and Miclo plans to expand Launda, but it turns out that Miclo was actually behind the hit on Montana with the help of magic.
I loved him. We both loved him. But we did what we had to do for Onda.
And the two decide to take that secret to the grave since they basically trust each other to the max.
I give my life to you. Jefe. A todo madre. Un desmadre. Simón.
Later, Paco and Cruz go to that one famous concrete portrait that he painted, and they basically philosophize, argue about Miclo, Launda, nostalgia, hate, and forgiveness, and it all ends in a bittersweet notion.
Cause we're from East Los Ese. We come out chased by hound. Round and round we go, wearing a pinche rabbit's foot for luck, just ahead of the fucking hounds. ¿Qué hubo?
Overall, this 3-hour Barrio classic is one of the most influential and iconic pieces of LA media. It gave us that iconic mural, that basic Instagram cholo stance, and overall is a hood classic. But in terms of cinema, it's a 7 out of 10. Some of the Spanish accents are kinda whack.
Oye, mami, in 6 días, just 6 little days, mi cumpleaños, June 28th, my birthday, remember?
And a lot of the lines are super dramatic and novella-like.
This is who I am. So.
But as a hood classic, it's easily a 10 out of 10 orales.
Orale, that's a badass paño, homeboy.
Thank you so much for waiting for part 2, and hopefully it didn't disappoint. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, and stick around for more videos coming soon. Till next time, see you.